Yeah.
You know, in the old days, we would get fired for talking price with a customer before the end of the deal. I mean, a customer would come in and say, what can we buy that for? We can't tell you that. What do you mean we can't tell you that? We can't tell you that. We have to do it step by step by step by step by step by step. The world has changed. I'm a big believer in bringing up price right off the bat and then explaining how we price our vehicles, and it dovetails nicely into the best value guarantee. So, let's say I meet Lenny. I meet and greet her. And I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to say, hey Lenny, the vehicle you came in to see, did you see the price online? Mm-hmm. Okay?
I did.
Do you have any questions about that price, Lenny?
What other fees are going to be included in that price?
Okay, there's going to be taxes for the state of Florida. There's going to be a dock fee. There's going to be whatever other fee there might be, okay?
Okay, fair enough. Jay, same thing everybody else has, pretty much.
Okay, so no questions about the pricing?
Nope.
Yes, you do have a question about the pricing,
Okay.
Lenny. Your question is, how much better can you do?
Okay, I just want to know.
I was
You're good.
there.
I was being really sweet. But
You
Steve,
don't be sweet to me.
Steve, okay, my husband is Mr. Patel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mr. Patel told me to come here, and if I couldn't get at least $1,000 off, don't bring home the car. He's taught me well about negotiating.
Lenny, I understand. And the fact that your husband wants you to get $1,000 discount makes both he and you perfectly normal human beings.
I appreciate that.
When was the last time y'all bought a car?
Well, you know, we came over from India and we went down to ABC Auto and we bought one for cash, $5,000, because we didn't know how long we were going to stay here. So that's the only car we bought in the United States.
How long ago was that?
5 years ago.
Okay. I'm going to guess, Lenny, just in the few minutes that I've known you, that you guys drove a pretty hard bargain. You probably had to do a little negotiating to get that $5,000 price.
Yep, we were walking out and going down the road and they called us.
Okay. You know, most people find that part of the sales or purchase process to be very distasteful, but I bet you two sort of got a kick out of it, didn't you?
Oh, he doesn't buy even grocery store, man. He wants to know if he can get, instead of 2 for 1, he wants 3 for 1, and he's horrible to go to the grocery store with.
Well, I got some fairly good news for both of you. Okay? You got a great big old discount already, because we weren't the only website you shopped, were we? No, if we hadn't had a pretty attractive price, you wouldn't be here, would you?
Yeah, he stayed up for days looking, and he's got a whole list of cars that I need to go look at today. But I don't want to go look at these cars. I just want to pick a car and go on with it.
Let me tell you how things work now. Things have changed rather dramatically in the 5 years since you last bought your car, okay?
Right.
What you did back then was the right thing to do. Every dealer treated people the same. They'd put a price out there that was negotiable, okay? Mm-hmm. Just how negotiable it was the only question. Things have changed dramatically in the last 5 years. The massive movement to online shopping has forced dealers to change the way they price their vehicles, okay?
Yeah.
Now, we have to pre-discount our vehicles, which means what you used to have to fight for in the past, we have to serve up to you on a silver platter right now, because if we don't deeply discount our vehicles, Lenny, our phones don't ring, email inboxes don't fill up, nobody shows up, all right? Now, and here's the crazy part about it. We don't even price our own vehicles. We use third-party software. You mentioned the grocery stores, okay? Guess what? Grocery stores use the same type of software to price their products. So do airlines, so do hotels, so do gasoline stations. So what we have right now is a software package that goes out 500 miles, matches every single vehicle we have in inventory up with every other like vehicle out there.
Really?
And we're going to always be at or below market, because if we weren't, you wouldn't be here. So what you had to fight for in the past, what your husband got such a kick out of fighting for in the past, you don't need to do it anymore because we served it up to you on a silver platter. Now, every dealer plays by these rules, but we have taken it one step further. I want you to tell your husband this when you show him the new car you're going to drive home. I want you to let him know that this price is guaranteed to be the lowest, not in a 500-mile radius, but in a 5,000-mile radius.
Wow.
I want you to let your husband know that he has got the right for the next 10 days to look up any website he wants to, and if he can find a similar vehicle with the same benefits that we offer for a lower price, guess what we will do?
What?
Cut you and he a check back for the difference, and yes, that policy is in writing. Lenny, it is impossible
I
to
can go on
pay.
vacation for 10 days while he does his research.
You know what, that's probably a good idea, okay? It is impossible for you to pay too much for one of our Motor Trend certified vehicles. Make sure your husband understands that when you take it home and show it to him. Let's go look at the one you came in to see.
Super,
Make sure it's right
let's
for
go.
you,
I'm ready.
okay? That's how you proact to a price objection. And it's also true. Software prices vehicles these days. You know, when I got in the business, my managers would get in a room, smoke-filled, marijuana smoke-filled, cigarette smoke-filled, cocaine. They'd get in a room on a Monday and price all the vehicles. Okay, I mean, that's how they did it. How did they do it? I mean, it was just guessing. I mean, they had some probably auction reports to look at, but very little information, very little data at their disposal. Now the data is everywhere. We literally use software that matches up every vehicle we have in inventory with every other like vehicle out there, and we're always going to price it pretty close to or below market because we want to attract people. Customers don't understand this. They need to understand it.